week's Greyhound View, we look back on the final of the Guinness Trophy from Curraheen Park, plus the €50,000 final of the Shelbourne Tote Gold Cup. And we also visit Serene Rumbles owner publican Eddie Ryan. But first we head south to chat with some syndicate members. Syndication has become very popular within the greyhound world. Earlier in the week, we caught up with two members from the Cork region of the Farmer Sutra Syndicate to find out more about them and how a syndicate works.
I work with AIB Finance and Leasing. I'm a representative. I cover North East Cork, and I'm involved in financing assets such as trucks, plant and equipment, cars and insurance.
I'm in the insurance business, insurance brokerage. I work with my dad in a family business. We're based in O'Connell Street in Ennis. Life and pensions and general insurance.
Well, we got involved in the greyhounds initially. It was a friend of ours. His father used to train greyhounds, and he mentioned it one night. And then a few of us got together and we decided to be a good idea for a night out and a bit of fun, and we might even make a few pounds.
Well, 10 of us got together. We'd been friends in college, but we were in college in Dublin together, and we just thought it was an opportunity to stay in contact and get together every few weekends. So we did, and we bought the dog, and so far so good.
I, being the banker, was nominated in charge of finances, so what we did is we opened up a bank account for the dog, and we all pay in by standing order every month, and it covers such things as the training fees and the keeping of the dog and that.
Initially it was about £100 per person, so it was quite a low entry fee to get involved, and it costs about €25 per month to maintain the dog, train him and so on. So the costs aren't prohibitive, and I'd recommend it to anybody.
It's great crack. It's a good night out, and it doesn't cost a whole lot, and it's cheaper than keeping a horse.
We just got a new dog recently. He's going to trial this weekend, and hopefully he'll be as good as the last.
Yeah, we hope to have a bet on the new dog when he starts running and put down a few pounds, and hopefully we'll become millionaires and be able to retire on our fortune.
The boys arrive at the track for what they hope is their primary step towards that million. This was to be Tampa Dreams' first official trial under the care of trainer Dennis Hayes. Tampa Dream won his trial in a time of 30:47, and not surprisingly, there were smiles all round.
Yeah, I'd like to look for him. In fairness, it's obvious that he's a bit raw in that, you know. I think he will come on with a bit of training, but like we all recognise that he's only a young dog, and we bought him with a view to improving him, and I think that's the idea from Dennis's point of view as well, you know.
Yeah, I was quite pleased with the way he ran. It was only his third time in traps, and the bitch he was in against was far more experienced, so she was going to lead him out. So once he got around the second bend, I knew that he was going to pass her. So I was quite happy with the way he ran. He won his trial anyway to start. I only have him in 1 week today. Well, after this, we'll start training him on now and start schooling him, try and get him used to coming out of the boxes. Hopefully he'll be coming away more smartly than he did tonight. But we'll train him on, and hopefully we have to give him a second qualifying trial in about 6 weeks, and we've another 6 weeks then to run. So hopefully we'll have him running approximately at the end of April, early May. So the lads will be ringing me every week, I suppose, between now and then, but they're a great bunch of lads to be training for. So hopefully we'll have a bit of success with him for them.
The lads had a great night out and are eagerly looking forward to Tampa Dreams' first race. We'll also be there to see how he gets on. Despite the inclement weather, a capacity crowd turned out for the final of the Guinness Trophy 2003 at Curraheen Park in Cork last weekend. This race is worth €8,000 to the winner, plus a magnificent trophy. One man who has officiated at this event as control steward for the last 39 years is Eddie Holland. Malkeaveny caught up with him.
Tell us about your memories of the Guinness Trophy down through the years. You must have seen some great finals.
Oh, there were some great dogs won. I think the first one won by a Harl Bill, and he got a bottle of Guinness for the rest of his life, every day of his life. But they discontinued that after that year. And there was great dogs won the Guinness. It's a great trophy and a fabulous trophy. It was formerly a racehorse trophy. It was used for race in the old Cork race course. There are big changes now compared to the old track in the Western Road. This is very modern, larger crowds, and that's a lot better for the game. The game is going very well at the moment, and hope it continues that way.
Eddie, we're not long away now from the start of the Guinness Trophy Final for 2003. You surely must have the inside track. Give us the winner.
I think Confident Choice has a good chance. You know, Paul Hennessy's dog. He was second to last night, but he went very well previously, and I think he's drawn right tonight, and I think he'll win.
Well, with 39 years' experience, let's see if Eddie got it right.
And so to the feature race of the night. The dogs are now on parade. First in the picture we have the red jacket of One Tiger. This one is owned by young Philip Healy in Listowel, County Kerry, and trained for him by Liam O'Callaghan. One Tiger is a son of Mount Leader Pier and Wise Up Jim. Next up we have Tamla Rose, the first of the two Paul Hennessy runners. This one is a daughter of Come On Ranger and Queer Season. It's owned in County Limerick by Raymond Nicholas. Shinawil Bertie is an absentee, which leads us on now to Ballymac Bargain. This one is a daughter of Staples Joe and Blonde Return. Liam Dowling of Tralee is the owner, and this one is trained by Liam Dowling. In the orange jacket tonight we have Lightning Rocky. This one is owned by the Joe Lou Syndicate from County Wexford and trained by Nick Turner. This one is the son of Rono Key and Bat Street Linda. And finally we have Confident Choice. This one is likely to set off as favourite in the Guinness Trophy 2003. Owned in County Limerick by Mrs Elizabeth Bodie and trained by Paul Hennessy. Confident Choice is a son of Split the Bill and Lovely Disc. Everything in readiness, so in 1 it's One Tiger, Tamna Rose is in box 2, 3 is vacant, 4 Ballymac Bargain, Lightning Rocky is in 5, and 6 it's Confident Choice. The famous Guinness Trophy and a winner's cheque of €8,000 up for grabs here at Curraheen Park in Cork, and they're out and flying away is Confident Choice. That's the favourite, leading from One Tiger into the bend. Out wide it's Lightning Rocky, but out front it's Confident Choice, being pursued now by Lightning Rocky. One Tiger is in 3, in 4 Tamna Rose the Bitch. Up front and at the open corner, Confident Choice. It's unlikely that he's going to be caught right now. Has a lead of 4 or 5 lengths, and off the final bend there's a splendid run by Confident Choice, going to scorch home second Tamna Rose and third One Tiger. The Guinness Trophy 2003, the winner Confident Choice, second Tamna Rose and third One Tiger. The time here 28:46. With Lizzie Bodie of Glyn in County Limerick. Lizzie, you bought Confident Choice a little over a year ago now.
Yes, no, not quite a year. I bought it in April last year, and he had won a couple of races at Tralee, and I liked the look of him. I sent him to Paul Hennessy, and he won up at Shelbourne. He beat Droopy's Agassi, and then he ran a really good race. He ran in the Laurels, and he was runner-up in the Laurels. Then he broke the track record at Cork here a couple of months back. And then he just did 3 spots off the track record when he did 28:26, and now tonight I don't know what time he's done tonight. What is it, 28:46 or 48?
28:46, a flawless run really.
Yes, he's a lovely dog. I really like him a lot. He's a lovely dog. I like the look of him, and he's, I think he'll go on to do better things. I've always thought he looked a Derby dog, and hopefully, well, Paul is training him, and hopefully he'll look after him and get us through to something. And it's a consolation because I tragically lost my son a month ago, and this is just the icing on the cake. Nothing replaced losing your son, but I mean, at the moment, we were very down for a month, and we've been grieving. And when you lose a son of 29 years of age, nothing could ever replace that. So hopefully he's looking down on us. And Jonathan and Paul, thank you.
In part 2, we take a look at the final of the Tote Gold Cup and visit Eddie Ryan at work in Ballyclarahan.
Around the final corner, it's Serene Rumble. What a brilliant greyhound. He didn't have an easy night, but he's won it in style. Ready for off, and Serene Rumble is off to a flyer. Serene Rumble into the bend in front, but out front it's Serene Rumble. Gone 4-5 clear of Wine Tavern Taz in second. Serene Rumble has done it. And away they go, and first to show Serene Rumble in 4. He leads into the corner. It's Serene Rumble that leads by 2 to 3 lengths, but out front it's Serene Rumble. 4 lengths clear now of number 3, Heavenly Hero. But up the home straight, number 4, Serene Rumble wins it. A blistering track record by Serene Rumble. What a greyhound.
Serene Rumble is a major success story for publican Eddie Ryan and the locals of Ballyclarahan in County Tipperary. So how did a publican get involved in greyhounds?
I got involved in greyhounds through my mother-in-law, basically, when I moved in here and got married to Mary, and they got me involved in the dogs. And they had a great dog that time, back in 1957, she told me. I wasn't here then, but she had a great dog called Curraheen Venture, and her prefix that time was Curraheen, so she had all her Curraheen dogs. And I got the bug, as they say, and my own little success story came in 1984, I think it was. Serene Tiger, to me, was a great dog before Serene Rumble came around.
When breeder Tom Cormack sold the pup to Eddie, he had no idea what he was parting with.
Well, I got Serene Rumble's mother from Donal O'Connor and Mary O'Connor, and I never thought that I'd produce a Serene Rumble as good a dog out of it. So hopefully there'll be more out of her, and I have judicial prides at the moment, and hoping there'll be a Serene Rumble out of that, and hope there'll be many more, and I hope Eddie will be just as lucky as he was with this one.
I took him home at 12 or 13 months old, and I kept him for a while myself. But when I realised how good he was, I asked Michael O'Donovan to take him. We took him to Dublin for his first race, and he won his first race in 28.80, and which was a fantastic run in my book. Coming up to the Derby time, Michael and myself were chatting as to know what we do. He was eligible for the Puppy Derby, but we decided Puppy Derby was 3 or 4 weeks away from the time that Michael and myself spoke, and Michael thought the dog was spot on at the time, and he said, would we consider going into the Irish Derby? Now, it was a huge test for the dog. He wasn't even 2-year-old at the time. He went to the semi-final and was very, very unlucky not to get to the final.
The puppy is still there, and just gets another bump from Tamna Rose. She moves second. Hennessy is second and third at this stage, but Droopy's Agassi away and gone. He's running home, a very impressive winner.
Michael sat down then again and we spoke. We spotted this Vodafone Grand Prix on the paper over 575 in Hall's Cross, and we decided to go for that, and he went through it undefeated.
Around the second last corner, Serene Rumble continues to lead. Heavenly Hero trying to cut into the lead. Back in third, Canso Key, but up the home straight, number 4, Serene Rumble wins it. Look at the time, 30.83. A blistering track record by Serene Rumble. What a greyhound.
The Chronicle bookmakers was 6,001 off race, so we said, let's go for it. And of course, the famous Late Late Show was in it that night, and there was absolutely massive crowd turned up in Shelburne Park. But we didn't let him down.
Late Late Show is producing an astonishing run from behind the challenge for second, but it's Serene Rumble out front. Late Late Show runs a brilliant race in second, and Serene Rumble has done it.
We decided we'd go for the JJ case. He went through it undefeated again. We thought at the final was the only mistake I think he made in his whole career so far was that he made a mistake coming out of the traps, but he picked himself up and went on and done it nicely.
Down the far side, Wine Tavern Taz, but here comes Serene Rumble. Late Late Show at the tail of the field has it all to do, but Serene Rumble leads into the third corner. In second, Wine Tavern Taz, back in third, Diego Glory. Late Late Show trying to close, but he's in fifth spot. Around the final corner, it's Serene Rumble. What a brilliant greyhound. He didn't have it easy tonight, but he's won it in style.
Eddie's obvious choice for Serene Rumble's next big event was a Euro off-track 600, but trainer Michael Donovan is in favour of the Scottish Derby.
It would be a dream come true if we could go to the Scottish Derby, and even to win the Scottish Derby would be a dream come true. I'd say after that, obviously we'd be going for the Champions Stakes, and the ultimate choice would be the Derby itself. I've just come back from the States. I was over there with the Greyhound board. We were in Florida for 10 days. Absolutely fantastic trip. And we were down in Derby Lane, and they're talking about Serene Rumble there. And for the life of me, you'll wonder when you go to America how would you even have heard about the dog, but they nearly know as much about the dog as I do at this stage. And with the inter-track system that they have now, where they're able to see the races in America from Shelbourne, and they can't wait to see Serene Rumble running when he starts racing again.
happening at Shelbourne Park last weekend with the final of the Tote Gold Cup, plus a new venture between Shelbourne Park and the Curragh Racecourse. Michael Fortune talked to both Paddy Ryan and commercial manager for the Curragh, Evan Arkwright.
This is something we've been discussing over the last couple of months with Paddy and his team here to look at a little bit of cooperation between the Curragh and Shelbourne Park. We feel there's an awful lot in common between the two of us. We both stage derbies, we're both classic race courses, and we hope to work together on a number of sort of initiatives throughout the year that's going to be mutually beneficial, you know, and attract some of the Shelbourne people down to the Curragh and some of the Curragh people up to Shelbourne.
And Paddy, does this mean we're going to see more of you down the Curragh?
Yes, I've never been in the Curragh before. I'm ashamed to say so, but at least I will be there this year on a number of occasions. I'll be glad to meet with Evan and discuss possibilities for both places. As Evan has said, we've got the two best tracks in the country, both racing, greyhound racing and horse racing, and we'll work together to make it even better and get more people.
Evan, you'd see a lot of course, faces here that will be very familiar to you in the Curragh.
I know, so Stuart Kenny up there from Paddy Powers.
Did he put you on a loser, did he?
No, he did actually, he gave me the wrong dog.
And what do you think about the place tonight? A bit active here?
Super, yeah. Jesus, if we could get some of this buzz going at the Curragh, it would be terrific, you know. They've done a fantastic job, you know, very, very impressed. And we kick off 4 weeks' time now to the Curragh starts, and we get a bit of atmosphere like Shelbourne Park does. We'll be doing very well this year.
This is one of the big nights of the year here at Shelbourne Park, the final of the Tote Gold Cup. It's hectic outside, but we're in here in the hub of the entire track, the Tote Control Room. I have with me Linda and Martin, who are going to explain exactly what it's all about. The Tote Gold Cup, how did the Tote get involved and how long ago?
This is the 6th year running, Michael, of the Tote Gold Cup. It has proved very, very successful. As I say now, this is the 6th year, and it is second in terms of turnover now, only to the Irish Greyhound Derby.
And of course, I presume it keeps the Tote staff very, very busy on the night.
Absolutely, very, very busy. As you're well aware, we have a full house out there this evening.
Martin, betting in here tonight, a lot of tracks from all over the world, really.
All over the world and all over the country itself. There's tracks from Cork, Limerick, Mullingar, Waterford, Thurles, Lifford and Tralee, and of course the USA as well. 25% of the take for tonight is apparently from off-track betting.
And the USA itself, that's working well for you?
It came online in mid-January and it's getting more successful.
Tonight you have also, Linda, the guaranteed jackpots of the Pick 6 and Straight 4.
That's correct. They're both guaranteed to €8,000 this evening. So hopefully now they will be reaching that point, if not more.
And the runners now on parade for the big one, the final of the Tote Gold Cup for 2003. €30,000 and trophy to the winner in one Snowy Joey, owned and trained by Larry Dunn, a son of Stapler's Show and Cozy Feet. He was available at 100 to 1 during the week. He's 25 to 1 this evening. He'd be a shock winner, but he's well drawn. 2 is the brilliant Clover Hare, the son of Vintage Prince and Colleen Dealish, trained by Michael O'Donovan for Mick O'Donnell. This is a son of Vintage Prince, as I said. He's powers at the corner, brilliant trapping ability. He's the second favourite in the market and one with strong, strong claims. 3 is Rummy Lad, trained by Dolores Ruth for Sheila Dowling, a son of Come On Ranger and Redwood Sarah, the Waterford Masters winner last October. Brilliant pace, goes to the corner but may move inwards and could be the key to the race. In 4, Priceless Rebel, the son of Stapler's Joe and Tina's Beauty, trained by Paul Hennessy for Kathleen Murphy. Few move as fast down the back straight. He's the reigning Scottish Derby champion. He's a big price at 5 or 6 to 1. Don't rule him out. In 5, Olden Times, trained by Reggie Roberts for Noel Ryan, the son of Stapler's Joe and Newbridge Girl, a brilliant performer. He ran a hell of a race in the semi-finals to qualify, never mind finish second. He's yet to recapture the early speed he showed last year, but another one that can't be ignored. And Trap 6, the sensational Droopy's Agassi, trained by Owen McKenna for David Miles. This is the son of Top Honcho and Droopy Sherrill, runs very wide throughout, but really bolts to the corner, flies down the back straight, and a very worthy favourite from an ideal draw on the stripes. Well, they're the runners for the final of the Tote Gold Cup for 2003. €50,000 it's worth, €30,000 to the winner. Second plot, 5,000. Third, 3,000. The rest, 1,000 each. The last couple now in traps for the Tote Gold Cup final for 2003. A tremendous contest in store. The bell has been sounded. The hare on the way. We're just less than 29 seconds away from knowing the 2003 Tote Gold Cup winner. In 1, Snowy Joey. 2 is Clover Hare. 3, Rummy Lad. 4, Priceless Rebel. 5, Olden Times. And 6, Droopy's Agassi, the favourite at 5 to 4. The hare up behind traps. And away they go. And first to show Clover here. He bolts from traps. In second on the inside, Sonic or Snowy Joey. Back in third is number 6, Droopy Zagsy. But Clover here leads around the opening corner. In number 1, Snowy Joey in second spot. He's the outsider. Back in third is Droopy Zagsy. But Clover here is going to take all the catching. He leads into the third corner. 1 Snowy Joey running brilliantly. On the outside, number 6, Droopy Zagsy. But around the final corner, Clover here, his brilliant trapping has played the key here. He leads into the home straight. Clover here, he wins this one. 2003 Tote Gold Cup winner. Clover here, second Droopy Zagsy. Running on in third. Priceless Rebel, the winning time 28.52, the same time as a semi-final victory. But what a winner! Clover here, a brilliant greyhound. The result of the Tote Gold Cup for 2003. A fantastic winner, Trap 2 Clover here. Second, number 6 Droopy Zagsy, and third, number 4 Priceless Rebel, the winning time 28.52. Number 2 Clover here really bolted from traps. Just watch. He was hardly in the traps, hitting the line with a clear length advantage over number 5 Olden Times and number 1 Snowy Joey. Number 6 Droopy Zagsy missed the kick, but his early pace beginning to tell at this stage. He's challenging now off the second corner for second spot, but number 2 Clover here has a commanding 2.5 length lead at this stage. Snowy Joey running a hell of a race in second. Back in third, Droopy Zagsy now starting to power, and he just edges second at this stage. But number 2 Clover here has this one all over at this stage. He's hugging the rails. He may move wide into the home straight, but number 2 Clover here, from this point he was never going to be caught. Droopy Zagsy running a brilliant race in second. Look back to fifth, where Priceless Rebel running on at speed to Crane third in the last stride. But number 2 Clover here, the 2003 Tote Gold Cup winner.
Well, Michael, tremendous performance there.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Delighted. Floated the traps, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. He's great early.
But that's where the race depended on,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, he is good early, brilliant early, brilliant early.
And at what stage did you start shouting?
Once he left the traps, I was quite happy. Yeah, I was quite happy once he hit the front, you know what I mean? He's a good greyhound, very, very good, very good.
Well, Mick, you're holding on to that trophy pretty tightly.
Well, I missed out last year by about a neck or something. Flashing moment, he led right to the line, and Jet Spade just caught him. This is one of the best greyhounds I've seen for years. And thanks for the God I have him.
What's the plan in your mind now for him?
Well, if I can humour Mr. Donovan, we might go for the English Derby.
He looks the Wimbledon type of greyhound.
He is actually. He's a very serious dog. I never thought he'd come to this. I actually advertised it out for sale. I think I told you about it before. I advertised it out for sale for €10,000 and didn't get a bid for him. Thank God.
On to fixtures, and it's a busy night at Harold's Cross on Friday next for the track bookmakers, starting off with the final of their Dashers Dual Distance. Then it's the semi-finals of the track bookmakers stake and the Super Bitch 525. On to Saturday, and the first round heats of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch gets underway at Mullingar, while at Shelbourne Park it's the final of the Tote Open Puppy Stake. Then on Monday, the Red Mills Kennedy Cup starts at Limerick. Next week, we bring you the highlights of those heats from Mullingar, the final of the Puppy Stake from Shelburne Park, plus the best of the action from Harold's Cross.